Hello, it's a brand new episode of The Magic Sponge. I'm Rob Beckett, and today I've got Ian Smith with me.
Hello.
You all right,
Hello,
Smith?
mate.
You well?
Yeah, I'm good.
What's happening?
Well, I thought that I'd have like a really good story to tell you from a week, but my career isn't going as well as Rob, so I don't have a lot going on. but
What do you do anyway?
Is it Paul? I'll guess Paul Merson.
this is Paul.
Arsenal, England legend. Ian, so what's... Yeah, fill me in,
To
Paul
answer
in.
Paul's question, what do I do?
Yeah.
I do stand-up comedy, and occasionally I act, but I'd say occasionally. my last acting job was
Obviously,
a
you've got
while
nothing
ago.
to report.
What was the last one you did?
I was actually in a film with a woman called Kobe Smulders. It was in the Avengers films. So I did a film
What
with
is she
her.
in the Avengers? What's her part?
I think she's like extra. A secretary. No, she's like one of the she's like
She's a walk-on. She's walked on.
No, she's got lines. She's got lines.
She's got lines.
Yeah, she's one of the leads in this sitcom called How I Met Your Mother, but I've never watched it.
Oh, she's in that.
Oh,
He's
no,
got
I like
big
it.
time.
Yeah,
He's
you're
big.
big.
He's a little humble brag
Well,
big time.
You should have at least just made something up there when you had
Yeah.
nothing to report.
What's her name?
But
That's
yeah,
a proper,
Kobe
that's a good programme,
Smulders.
mate.
Kobe Smulders.
Yeah, but you say that. So I was doing scenes of her, having a good time. People were complimenting me, and then
I know her. She's a big deal.
yeah. And then I was like, this is fucking good. Acting with the big Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
And then I haven't had another acting job since.
Oh. So.
It's loads of fun.
They're
I
probably
think being
thinking,
me.
we're not going to give him that because that's a bit low-key
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Your
yeah.
next one's an
I
Oscar.
think
You did Noah's Ark.
Yeah, Noah's
adaptation
Ark.
for the telly.
I saved the human race from a big
No, but your
flood.
dad was Noah. You was his son.
Yeah,
What's his, your
so my
name?
dad saved it. I was called Ham.
Ham.
Yeah.
Little Ham.
It's all right.
What else is happening, Ian? Before we
Well,
push on.
all I could think to write down is that I like soup now. I didn't used to like soup, but now I do.
You like soup?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What's your
You
favourite
just
soup?
found that out now. How old are you?
I told this to Joel, and Joel was like, I
29,
don't think we should talk
You're
about
29.
this.
You
Yeah,
just found
29.
out soup.
Yeah.
What-
No, I've had it for a while, and I've been like, this isn't my cup of tea.
No, it's your cup of soup.
No, it's a cup of soup.
That's how I've been doing it. I've been having it in I've been having it in the morning.
yeah, you don't.
Cereal.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Minestrone.
Yeah, so I thought it just didn't sit
I
right.
wonder your
but-
life is a minestrone.
So what soup got you into soup then? What flavour?
So I had a lovely pea soup.
A pea soup.
Yeah,
I wouldn't feel pea would be one to turn
No,
someone.
because I don't like mushy peas.
Okay.
But I like liquid pea. so I had that, and then I went to a wedding and had a spiced pumpkin soup.
Yeah.
It was
nice.
lovely. Yeah,
At a wedding?
It made me forget that I was on a table of people who I didn't know, and I thought we're all fucking idiots. And I think one of them listens to the podcast.
Oh, really? Obviously,
Yeah.
you've called him an idiot now.
Yeah, well, he
okay.
is.
Well,
Luckily for us, you don't have too busy a week because I don't know if you'll be able to fit all of it in. You've got,
Oh yeah,
you're
no, I've
acting in
got
your
loads
soup.
of anecdotes. I could list soup for ages.
I tell you what, we'll go back to you in a bit if you have any more updates from your week. If
Okay,
there's anything
yeah.
you've been doing.
No,
And
I'll think of something.
Paul, you'll notice that Jimmy Bullard should normally be with us,
Right.
but he's not because he's the laziest man in showbiz. He got the Soccer AM job. He's gone all big time, and he's binned us off because Wednesdays he goes fishing.
It's weird. It's always hectic people, isn't it?
go
Like
fishing.
Jimmy, Gazza, I'd never have them to sit down for 10 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
but they
Do you know
can.
what I mean? They could sit there for hours and hours.
Maybe it's the way that Jimmy makes the world all right in his head. That's the way he calms down.
There must be something about fish that relaxes people who are fucking nuts.
You should try fish soup.
Yeah,
soup's a good one.
Okay, well, let's do your intro properly, Paul. You said hello to Ian before we did it. Well, we've got Arsenal legend, as well as playing for Middlesbrough, Villa, Portsmouth, Walsall, and a number of others. It's only Paul Merson. Thanks for coming on, Paul.
Pleasure.
We'll
Thank
clap
you.
like there's a big audience
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
but there's
Thank you.
three
Thank you.
geezers in a tiny room in East London having a chat.
Brings back the old days.
What are you up to these days? I mean, I see you on Soccer Saturday. That's your main gig, isn't it, now?
Yeah, definitely do that. And then prediction show on a Friday night with Max Rushton,
Yes.
who's a good bloke.
And what is it? Is there like a bit of like? Is it like the team spirit of Soccer Saturday, like there was when you played? Is there a little
I
bit
think
of
so,
a?
yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
it's
when
amazing.
you stop playing, you come towards the end. You know when it's the end. You know what I mean. But the one thing you miss when you do retire is that 10 minutes in the dressing room before the game and after. You know, having a laugh and a joke. And with Soccer Saturday, so lucky you get that every Saturday. It's just an absolute laugh. And everybody who asks always says, "Oh, you always have a good time on there," and you do. Just can't wait for Saturdays.
But the thing is, it's a hard gig that though, because you're on live telly for ages, and also and that's hard doing live telly.
I
Because
make it look hard.
Well, no, it's not. It's because everything you say, it's not like you got no edit. So if you feel like recording people in a pub talking about football, there'll be bits but everything you say is so scrutinised. So if you slip up one little bit, it's on Twitter, it's on. You get absolutely killed for it.
It was like I was on a League of Their Own the other week, and I said that Harry's better tactician than Arsene Wenger. I mean, wow. It was everywhere. It was everywhere in every
Are you
newspaper.
on Twitter as well?
I don't do Twitter.
No,
I am on Twitter. My boy will do it if someone asks me to follow or something. But I can't. I can't get on there. I don't mind someone walking up to me in Waitrose and saying, "Merson, you're a dick." You know what I mean? I can handle that.
Yeah, because you're in Waitrose, you're earning, aren't you, Merson? Absolutely. You wouldn't like it in Lidl.
Yeah, but don't do it behind a phone or something. You know what I mean? Come up to me and tell me. Do you know what I mean? Then people come up to you after. All right, how are you?
To be fair, Paul, I think with the kind of people that listen to the show, you'll get a lot of people coming up to you calling you a dick now just because you've invited
Yeah,
us.
that's all right.
But do you wind each other up with because there's that thing, you did that thing where you call someone top. You said top about 8 times.
Yeah.
Top man. So then that turns into a viral thing, and then. The Charlie Nicholas said he couldn't see something. Jeff Stelling said, "Oh, you need to go to Specsavers," and he tried to have a bit of banter. He's like,
funny,
"We should go to home then because you can't get your glasses. You don't like wearing your glasses. You take your glasses off when it's telly, so you should." And it's just like he absolutely fell apart. So do you wind each other up with all that? Kind of stuff?
Oh yeah. I mean that's on the internet, isn't it? It's one of the worst comebacks ever.
His whole world falls apart when he does it because he just tries that. And Jeff's so slick.
Oh yeah.
And then well, Jeff, you should feel his body like he's really fitting. But what do you miss most? Is it the dressing room? Is that what you miss most?
Yeah. I mean, I don't miss playing football. I play still with my mates. Don't get me wrong, but I don't. I wasn't one of them. I was quite lucky, though, if I'm being honest. As I say, I got into Sky and doing Soccer Saturday. It's not like I was sitting there when my career finished and I thought, what am I going to do with my life? So. That was quite handy. It was very handy.
We was going to talk about your early career and stuff. Did you always love football and played it from a young kid? Then was you like?
Yeah, everything was put in. Yeah, I just loved playing football. I was terrible at school.
Was you natural football as well? Was it more natural? Some players are like Gary Neville is a good example of someone maybe not the most naturally gifted, but put the effort in.
No, I would say I was naturally gifted, but very, very shy, very nervous.
Really?
I used to play Sunday mornings, and I used to have to come off. Used to get palpitations.
Really?
I was that nervous, and then
because you cast such a confident, fun-loving figure, the public know you.
I'm all right now. Do you know what I mean? But that when I was a young kid, and then went to the doctors and told mum and dad took me there, and I said I'm getting palpitations. I have to come off. I can't breathe when I'm playing, and he just went, "You have to stop playing football then." That's what he said. Stop playing
football. That's not very good advice, is it?
I can't think of any medical ideas.
Sitting there with a rugby ball, he was, but no, he just said stop playing football.
Stop playing football. Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, great.
And then as time went on, I got used to it and thought, right, when it comes, it's going to go. It's
it's just an anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety, and it'll go, and just breathe, and it'll go. So I still get it every now and then, especially when I'm on aeroplanes. I struggle on aeroplanes. So bar that. Yeah,
just don't play football on an aeroplane then.
Yeah, no.
Leave the ball at home, mate. Stick it in the old.
Aeroplanes are like soup for me. I only went on my first one when I was 24. I was just shitting myself. Yeah, there's loads of kids on it, just it's normal because they've been on it since a kid. Flying like a metal tube in the sky, going really fast. And whenever it turned, I
have to get on planes. I was supposed to go to Dublin last week and I couldn't go.
Really, just
melted the day that morning. Yeah, wouldn't go.
Oh no!
They're scary though, aren't they?
Well, no, shut up, Ian, because he needs to travel for work.
Shut up, because I'll start telling you about soup and what they put in that soup. It's full of sugar.
It ain't real peas.
Full of sugar.
And then obviously you started out at Arsenal. Is that right? Your first?
Yeah, I went Watford first. I was at Watford from 12 to 14, and then Arsenal wanted him to sign me. And my dad's a massive Arsenal fan.
All right.
So I signed because of my dad. I'm a
really?
Chelsea fan, yeah.
Are you a Chelsea fan?
I wanted to stay at Watford, if I'm being honest. I was gutted when my dad made me sign. I was at the time. I was 14 years of age. I thought, I might have a chance of playing for Watford one day. Yeah. I mean, you're talking 84. This was like, the days when they were really good. I think 82 they'd finished second in the top division, so they had good players. And I thought I had a chance then, but I signed for Arsenal.
And who was in the team when you started to break through at Arsenal?
Oh. Charlie Nicholas. So I've known him how many years? Viv Anderson, Kenny Sampson, David O'Leary. People like
a lot
that.
of characters.
Yeah, a lot of characters. And then George Graham George Graham gave me my debut, and then he like sort of got rid of every one of them in like 10 minutes.
Really?
Which was a big, bold move. I mean, these big names, international players, and he went bang, got rid of them all and brought in a lorry load of kids.
Yeah,
He brought Nigel Winterburn, Lee Dixon, Steve Bold.
It was Keown Adams, Niall Quinn and stuff.
Quinny, and then there was me, Martin Hayes, Mickey Thomas, God bless him, David Rocastle. So he had young players where he could sort of dictate to, and it worked.
Well, who did you room with out of that lot?
My best mate Grovesy.
Oh really? Oh yeah, we had him on the we had him on the podcast.
Yeah,
Rob stole his job.
He's fuming with me because I nicked his job at Absolute Radio.
You'd be on Soccer
Oh
Saturday
really?
soon,
He's
wouldn't
doing
you?
what's name? Yeah.
He does tours of the stadium, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he does talk sport.
He was lively though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he used to share with me. Yeah, we had a good laugh. Yeah.
We had Graham Stack on here. He said he roomed with Keown, which is quite an odd couple. He's quite serious.
Yeah, no, I'd have rather gone on my own. No, I'm being honest.
What was he like then?
No, too serious for me.
Really?
He's serious now, isn't he? On
Intense eyes.
No, he was intense. He was like you couldn't have a laugh or a joke with him. He was intense, but good player. Proper defender.
Different groups then that sort of hung around together.
Yeah.
You know?
You had your cribs, and then you had your West Side. It was proper like
gangland.
It was proper like walk in and you like, what way do you go? No, it was. You always had like you know, we had our drinkers. So you had me, Baldy, Tony Adams, Grovesy, you know, and then sometimes Nigel, and then you'd have Lee Dixon, Alan Smith, Paul Davis, Mickey Thomas, sort of. So you had your groups. We got on a Saturday, but during the week, we went. I never went out with any of them for dinner.
No,
do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But what was he like, Grovesy, sharing with Grovesy?
It was all right. It was good.
Was he
worse
than you?
forgiving?
He was forgiving.
Yeah, very forgiving. Like, we went to Spain. We always used to go Marbella. George used to take us 3 times a year, like Sunday to Wednesday or Sunday to Thursday, which was great. And he'd come in one night, and I was shitting in his pillowcase. And he said, "What are you doing?"
Why is he doing that?
I don't know. Just as a laugh. So when he laid back down, he laid on his pillow. So.
Yeah, but did anything lead up to that, or you just thought, I might as well?
No, I just do. Yeah.
He walked in when you're mid shit with a pillowcase.
What are you doing? He said. And then I was like,
it's not what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because it's not as funny when you get caught mid doing it.
No.
Because what you want is a big reaction.
So I just like looked at him and went, "Do you want some soup?" And he went,
We had
soup.
Had some
4 o'clock in the morning.
Just chilled out.
4 o'clock in the morning in Marbella.
Who was that? So was out of that group? Because there's a lot of leaders in that group. Was Tony Adams still the leader of them? Even though, because there's a lot of big characters there.
Oh, on the pitch and in the dressing room, Tony.
Yeah, so off the pitch as well.
I mean, I think in this day and age, I think you don't get leaders anymore. I think because I think the game's changed. I think people, in them days, you know, Tony will come in and he'll get people wound up and he'll have a go. You know, I think this day and age, people are like beers. You know what I mean? It'll be like players will go, "Oh, don't be busy" or whatever. You know, with Tony. He was unbelievable. I mean, like John Terry would do the same.
Yeah, but he's a bit of an old. Yeah,
you know, they're leaders. Them people, you know. But I just think in this day and age, you just don't get them leaders anymore.
No,
I'm just trying off the top of my head.
Yeah, but you know why?
Think of one.
Yeah, that's because Gerrard was, but then he's sort of.
Yeah, I mean,
Noble at West Ham, maybe, or.
No,
we ain't even playing a lot.
He don't play. I like Noble, but you know, but I just start think that's a hard one. That one, West Ham.
Yeah, mess, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
that
a hard
stadium's
one.
awful as well.
Yeah, that don't help them. I mean, that give them 20 points a season. Their old stadium.
Yeah, because it was a proper atmosphere.
Proper.
Could partly say Tony Adams like an older brother, sort of.
Yeah, to him. I never really see Tony, if I'm being honest. Tony lived right over the other side. Tony was Hornchurch, and
really?
Me and Baldy were like St Albans. So. Bar Tuesday when we all went out, never.
Really?
I never see Tony. See Tony.
More like, Steve Bold.
Yeah, Baldy. Me and Baldy. Yeah, used to go to a place called Calendars on a Tuesday. Put our car behind and then say 15 minutes a pint every 12 minutes, and then when someone spews up, make it 15.
So that was every Tuesday.
We'd all go out every Tuesday, but sometimes if no one could all go out, me and Baldy would always just go on our own.
Yeah. So, but there's 12 minutes. So, when did that get negotiated from the 12 minutes?
No, just thought about it, and then when someone was sort of sick, and then make it 15. Yeah, you don't want to go forward.
Were you timing it then?
Yeah. No, the barman would just bring one over, wouldn't he? He'd be on a timer, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think he might have been pushing.
Yeah, now you got to remember,
forward.
it's a Tuesday afternoon, 1 o'clock after training, half one. There's no one in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not busy.
He's not busy,
He's
is
bang
he?
on
He's
12 minutes every
not doing
time.
cocktails, is he? You know what I mean?
He don't shout that high. It's 12 minutes. What are you up to? What was it like winning the league 88, 89 must have been?
Yeah, I mean, phenomenal. I think if you asked anybody who's who's old enough were born and were old enough to remember football, they would tell you where they were. If they lived in Halifax or Accrington or down in Cornwall, everybody remembers that night if they're old enough.
You know, not even, and it wasn't as big, but the Aguero goal.
Yeah, Aguero's big, but it's
not
not
as way at the club.
It's not. You got to remember, it was big, but it wasn't as big because one, you got two teams playing against each other.
Yeah.
1, 2 on a Friday night. The season's finished, and 3. There was hardly any football on television.
Yeah, so that was
so
on.
Everybody was watching
watched
it. I think it was probably the first ever live Friday night game. So, you know, for me, it was like it was a miracle. I mean, Liverpool, are a much better team than us.
What the celebrations like after that, though?
Good.
Really?
Good. Got home Tuesday. Yeah. Game finished Friday.
So you stayed at Liverpool.
No, we come home, but then just stayed out. And then Alan Smith, Cardinal Sin, said, "I'll come all round my house on Sunday for a barbecue." So thinking the lads were going to go no, and we all turned up. Or was it a bank holiday, or was it the Monday? But we all turned up, but we got thrown out of there.
Was he quite one of the sensible ones?
Yeah, no, he was good, very good. But yeah, I mean, we're all out in the garden, and Groves has gone inside, and they got their bathrooms. It was like I think it was a bungalow they had. He's moved, but there was a bungalow, and we're all out in the garden having a laugh, and they got the window there, and it's misty window, but you can still sort of can't see through it, but you can see actions. And you got Groves is moving everything, putting Ferrolic shampoo down the toilet, and you could see it. So when he walked out, it was like, out you go, everybody go.
Oh,
out. So Groves is spoiled it.
He seems like he's a really annoying, but not in a he would always be up to doing something annoying, winding people up.
Oh yeah,
you loved him, but he was just the one.
No, he's probably the funniest geezer I've met, if I'm being honest.
Would you say the funniest person you met in football?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would. He's sharp. He's very sharp and things like that. Yeah, he had a good throw as well.
Good throw.
Long
throw.
He had a long throw.
Funny and a good throw.
Yeah. Don't ask me for anything else.
Yeah.
I can't. Even though he's my best mate. Oh, he was quick. Quick.
What about with the ball with his feet?
No, he was
quick.
He was quick.
He was quick and he could throw it.
And he ran on his tiptoes.
Yeah. but skill-wise, who was the best player you ever played with, do you think, skill-wise? With
best player I ever played with by a million miles was Dennis Bergkamp.
Really?
By a million miles. Yeah, he was just so good. He had eyes, you know, there's a saying, you have eyes in the back of your head. He just did. You see pictures, people who good players, they see things that other people don't see, and like Kevin De Bruyne and Bergkamp I remember we played, it signed, and we was over in Norway or Sweden, one of them Scandinavian countries in the middle of nowhere. So we used to leave the hotel and walk to the training ground, which would be 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I remember the first training session, we were walking back and we were like, fucking Milan must be good if they're letting him go. It was that much better than us lot. It was embarrassing. He must have gone back in his room and rung up his agent and gone, get me out of here. These are rotten. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you sort of think though, because if you're thinking that and you know, a really good player, because obviously at the club there must have been other people that lower down the pecking order, or people that were there for a year and then got moved on. They're obviously thinking, fucking hell, how am I playing with Bergkamp?
Oh, I know.
You know, like Stepanov's just played for us. You know, that kind of player. Because if you're thinking that, I always love to think what they were thinking.
It was honestly, he was so good, so good. You know, you just made a run and he'd find you, and he wasn't even looking at me.
And better than Gazza, because you played with Gazza.
Yeah,
but
different
Gazza
players.
was different.
Gazza's the best English player I ever played with, but different kind of players. I think Gazza had his...
It wasn't his peak.
He had his peak for not long, do you know what I mean? But when he had his time, I thought 1990, I thought he was the best player in the world at the World Cup.
Yeah.
I thought he was phenomenal. And then when he was at Glasgow Rangers, but bar that, you look and... Didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
But great player.
What about players you played against? To stop you playing, like...
Maldini's the best I've ever played against.
Really?
Yeah, cool. Unbelievable player. Yeah, I thought I was all right. I I thought I was all right. But everything I did, he was already there. I was like, what? You're not supposed to be there. I'm, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think ahead of you, but it was different class. Yeah, good looking as well.
Yeah, good looking and just
You know what I mean?
annoying.
Don't mind getting marked out the game by Martin, do you? Do you know what I mean? Sorry, Martin. I won't be bumping into you anyway. So.
No, you don't hang around. You don't hang around with Martin Keown.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't work for BBC.
And then you won the league again in 1990-91.
Yeah.
And there was you always like a bit of fighting on the pitch.
Oh, I do, and I'm a
Ian.
United fan as well. But even if I support United, I love watching a fight on the pitch.
Yeah, I wasn't in that. I was in the game,
But you didn't get
didn't.
You're not a fighter though, really, are you?
No, I don't. You know what? I've seen it too many times on a pitch. You know, you get people like Savage and all that, and everyone in a fight. Everybody. I mean, Villa played Birmingham. I'd already left, but I'm watching the game, and he's squaring up to Dion Dublin.
Yeah.
You know, and they're squaring up, and Dion nuts him and gets sent off, and you think, well, what are you squaring up for? You know he can't do anything.
Yeah.
So
Like, the ref should stop the game and go on then, 2 minutes.
That'd be
And then
great.
see what happens then.
that would be
see what happens then.
Incredible.
I see how many people square up.
That'd be
See,
amazing.
the only person
They
I've
know they're
ever
safe.
seen, the only person I've ever seen
Give 'em gloves and
who's
stuff.
gone, someone's gone to him, and Ian Wright's the only person I've ever said, I'll see you in the lounge. I'll see you in the lounge. And left it at that.
So
Because
didn't
everybody
even-
always goes, see you in the car park, see you in the... No one does. Wright is the only one I've ever seen gone into lounges and try to pull people out and said, come on, now, me and you.
True as well.
Now. He's done it to Darling at Blackburn. And he's done it to one of the centre halves, Norwich, straight up to him in the lounge, and they just melted,
Really?
completely and utterly melted.
He's one of those because he's not that. Well, he's not the tallest, right? But he looks like.
Oh yeah,
when
right.
he loses
yeah,
it,
he won't.
he's
Yeah,
an animal.
Right, he won't back down against anybody.
No.
But he's the only one I've seen many of them go, squaring up, and I'll see you after. Nah, they don't.
Who do you think would be the hardest player you've seen or played with then?
The hardest player I've ever seen is Billy Whitehurst.
Really?
Yeah, Billy Whitehurst. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Billy Whitehurst.
How come, what
I mean,
sort of
if
stuff?
the lad didn't fight Joshua, I would have put him in the ring with Joshua. He was hard, really hard.
What, like
Hartford
big or
was
just scary,
No,
like-
yeah, scary hard. If you ask anybody, no one would mess with Billy Whitehurst.
Really? What about
no.
Stuart Pearce? Psycho.
Stuart was hard, but he was different kind of hard.
He
Do you know what I
looked-
mean? Yeah, he was
looked
fair.
unhinged.
He was fair. You know, he'd kick you all over the place, and you meet up with England, and he'd like be talking to you. You'd be like, "What? You just
Yeah.
like booting me everywhere?" Like
But
now,
Billy White, you know that he's sort of like
he was like proper,
gangster hard,
like,
just, you know,
proper hard. Like he would like beat you up hard.
Yeah.
Like Stuart Pearce wouldn't. Stuart Pearce was like hard but fair.
Yeah, nice
Do you know what
guy.
I mean? But yeah, no, Billy Whitehurst. You ask. I think you ask any footballer around my age and a bit older.
Who did he play for, Billy White?
Sheffield United.
Yeah, but his
Hull.
I'm going to
Yeah.
Google him. I want to see what it looks like.
face, he's got like this.
Your phone
What's
ain't
Julian
big
Dix
enough.
like?
Your phone ain't big enough.
Was Julian Dix? Oh,
Yeah,
but-
Julian Dix was hard. I thought he was. I think he was a bit dirty hard. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
whereas
mean?
Whitehurst is just-
Yeah, like Vinnie Jones was a bit dirty hard.
This is Billy White.
Look at this picture of him.
Dude, that's hard.
He looks hard. Yeah,
That's hard.
I know what
Yeah,
you
he
mean. It's
looks-
hard to explain.
Yeah. Look how
Got
big.
the same
Look
haircut
how
as
big
me.
he
His
looks.
shoulders.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like the footballers, like sprinters, like long distance.
Yeah,
runners.
he was like big. Yeah, he was seriously.
Yeah.
He was hard.
He looks
hard.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
Billy
he
White
looks a bit
wins
nuts.
that one.
Yeah.
And then you got called up for England.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that especially?
Yeah,
you said before you got like when you was a kid you got like
Yeah.
nervous. So when you signed for new clubs or got into the England team, did you get that anxiety thing again?
Yeah,
At all?
especially new clubs. But England, I mean, I was lucky enough that God bless him, Graham Taylor picked me for England against Germany when East Germany and West Germany first game together.
Oh wow.
So that was massive. We lost 1-0 and I come on as a sub. So, but then when you make your full debut, to line up for the national anthem and that minute, you are in the best 11 players in your country at the time. You just don't realise how big that is in a footballing country. To be in the best 11 out of everybody in
And you
your
bet
whole
you're the
country.
best in that position.
In that position at that time.
Yeah.
It might not be the same the week after
No,
or
but-
the week, but at that time, you're the best player
There's nowhere
in that
there's
position.
nowhere higher to go, really, is there?
No, there isn't.
As an
There
individual,
isn't.
you
And
know.
that's where the top players like your Giggs and your Scholes and your people like that, and your Beckham. You just kept on doing it week in, week out. You know, they got to the top and just kept on winning titles after titles. Because when we won the titles, you know, won 89, 91, you think you're just going to keep on winning them. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard.
To stay there, yeah.
You know, people, you know, unless you've won it, it's hard to understand how hard that last 8 games are. The last 8 are like, they're just so hard. It's so different to the first 30.
Yeah.
Just because you know,
But
we might win this.
and you might win, you know, to win it. I mean, and it's a horrible thing because you don't appreciate it until someone else wins it. You know, you win it and you think, and it sort of passes you by, especially when you're younger like I was and you're drinking or, you know, and you're having a good time and living the life. But it's only when you look at other teams when they win it and they're celebrating, you think, wow, that's big.
Yeah.
It's big, isn't it?
You don't realise
You
it
don't,
until
but
you
when
see someone else.
does it, which
Yeah.
is not a nice. But you know, when you get older, when I won the championship with Portsmouth, you know, I was old enough to stand there and sort of take it in and think, wow, this is massive. You know, they haven't been in the Premier League or top league for God knows how long, and you know, the excitement and everything. You know, I took that in, and I'll always remember that. For me, that was the biggest thing I ever did in football.
Really? What,
Yeah,
Portsmouth?
Yeah, 100%.
Why was that then?
Because it was just, they'd always finish bottom half every year, rank outsiders to win the league.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're at Arsenal, you're expected to win stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a team that finished bottom 6 for about God knows how many years on the trot. You know what I mean? So to go and do what we did and get in the Premier League was the biggest thing. Because at Arsenal, you expected to win stuff. There's no. You know, not like these days. Now you come in the top 4, and you know what I mean. It's party time. You had to win, or that was it.
That wasn't that Portsmouth where you lied to Harry Redknapp and went on holiday.
Yeah, I mean, would you use the word lie?
I don't lie. I think misled.
Misled.
No, but it's only why I say that because you say like, oh, it's such a big achievement.
I tell you the story, but I only found out the story. I only realised he knew the story 4 years later.
Okay,
so I'll tell you the story. We play Man United in the FA Cup. We're top. They're top. We're top of the Championship. They're top of the Premier League. We lose 4-1. Play a league game the next week. Play a week and league game the following week. After that game, I go to Harry. The team we're playing next week are still in the FA Cup, so we got a 2-week break. I said, I'm struggling with the gambling. I said, can I go in Tony Adams' treatment centre for a week? So, you know, we ain't got a game. He went, not a problem, Merse. Get yourself well. I'll see you a week Monday. So he thinks I'm in training.
And everyone else is still in training.
They're in training. They're in training. So I get home. I say to them,
what's the gambling problem at that point?
That was fuck all wrong with me. I was booked to go to Barbados. It's the only thing I could think of. So I flew to Barbados. So I'm with my ex-wife at the time and the twin girls. So I get there, a day later or 2 days later, I'm walking down the road. All of a sudden, this is Harry telling us, so I walk down the road. So I don't realise, right? I bump into Michael Tabor and we're talking away, and do you reckon you'll go up? He's a horse race. He's one of the top horse people. He's big in horse racing.
A bit,
massive. Yeah,
right,
Michael Tabor, yeah.
Horse people, you just said.
No, but he's in horse racing. Sorry, in horse racing. So I don't know he's one of Harry's best mates. So he goes back.
So you bumped into Harry's
he goes back to his. He goes straight back to his villa after. I say bye, have a nice time. So he goes back, rings Harry. All right, Harry. All right, how are you? He went, yeah, good. Yeah, good. He went, I've just been one of your players. Harry's gone, who's that? He went, Paul Merson. He went, Paul Merson. He went, what the fuck's wrong with you? He went, what? He went, he's in Tony Adams' treatment centre. He went, no, he's not. He's in Barbados. I've just seen him. So I get back. Harry doesn't say a word. Score on the Saturday, doesn't say a word. 4 years later, I'm on goals on Sunday. So I leave the house. I'm married to my ex-wife now. I was married to her. So I leave in the house. She went, where are you going? I said, I'm on goals on Sunday. She went, oh, what time's that on? I said, I think it's 10:30 on Sky Sports 1. All right, so she's going to watch it, do you know what I mean? So sit down on the couch. I don't know nothing, right? Sit down, starts. Cammy, what was Harry like to play for? He was brilliant, this and that. What was Merse like to play for? Brilliant. He tells a story. He says, we're playing Man United. So I don't even know he knows this story. And then I'm sitting there like that, and he goes, yeah, and he comes to see me. He went, I need to go into Tony Adams Treatment Centre because of the gambling and the birds. I went, no birds? No birds? No birds? I was watching no birds. You know, you need to say. I had to tell him to say on the telly. No girls, you're just gambling. Do you know what I mean? But that's what he was like. He was brilliant. Never said a word. And he said, you know.
No birds.
No. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't mind the rest of the story, but no birds.
Yeah, don't say that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't mind getting in trouble for it.
But that's what he was like, Harry. He was brilliant.
Did he not mention Barbados then? He just said,
he was just going to say Barbados. Like, he was going to tell the rest of the story. But then when he said that, I was like, what?
But the reason he had to go to the treatment centre was the birds.
I said, no, don't say that. You know, it was gambling.
Joel's just written the Kitman story.
Oh, yeah, nightmare. So, yeah, Portsmouth. I get to Portsmouth. I sign for Portsmouth. So we train at this place. It's not the greatest, like, little dressing room. So finish training, take my kit off and throw it in the middle of the dressing room, like you used to do when you were at Arsenal and Villa. So throw it, and all the lads started laughing. I said, what are you laughing at? He said, you clean your own kit here. I said, you don't fucking clean your own kit. I said, this is the championship. I mean, it ain't, you know what I mean? We don't clean our own. What am I doing here? Don't clean our own kit. He said, you clean your own kit, or the kit man does it for 40 quid a month, or something like that it was. 40 quid a month. I said, I'm not paying. Not paying to have my kit done. They said, well, you have to go. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. His name was Kev, Big Kev. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do, Kev. I said, clean my kit for nothing, and if we get promoted, I'll give you 10 grand. We fucking got promoted. So I had to give him 10 grand. Yeah.
Could have had 40 quid a month.
Oh, I could have had 40 quid. I could have done me about, what would it have done me about 800 quid it would have done. 900 quid. 10 grand. Yeah.
Were you that confident that you wouldn't get promoted?
Oh, majorly. I mean, this team come bottom 6 every year. I mean, they were never going to go up.
Who was in that team? Was that when
we had a good team. Yeah, to be fair, Harry bought.
Was Crankchar there?
No. He bought him straight.
That's been the month he didn't have him.
Yeah, no, he started after that. But it was Shaka Islop was in goal.
Yeah.
And then you had like
Rufus Brevitt.
No, Foxy. You had Foxy, a big Australian lad, great player. Arian Jazoo.
Sherwood.
Oh no, Tim Sherwood was there. Steve Stone.
Linvoy Primus.
Linvoy Primus, nicest man in football.
Linvoy Primus.
I said Rufus Brevitt because of the dreadlocks.
Yeah, dreadlocks, but great bloke. He was, for me, he was player of the year. He was never ever going to play. He
was a captain, wasn't he?
No, I was captain. Come on. Of course I was.
When you weren't in Barbados, leading the team.
I went.
Watch my kit. I'm going Barbados. I'm the captain. I'm the best. I'm the best player here.
But no, we had good players. I mean, we had Yakubu.
Yakubu?
Yeah, we had him. Yeah, we had good players. We had Todorov, a lad called Todorov. Matty Taylor.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, we had
a free kick wand.
Yeah.
Did you let him take the free kicks then?
Yeah. He took a couple. Took a couple.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wasn't school captain. Do you know what I mean? I won't throw on goal kicks and everything. I wasn't like one of them. No.
And would you say Harry's one of the best managers you played under?
Yeah, definitely. Man management. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you know, he looked after us. You know, he was really good. Didn't train a lot, and you know, and played on Saturdays. Yeah. You know, I went to Walsall, and you know, the deal was that I was just going to train a couple of days a week, and then the players started getting the ump because I weren't training, and the manager melted, and you know what I mean. Instead of saying he's played 700 games and won everything in the game, you lot have won fuck all.
Yeah,
you know that's why he ain't in training. But Portsmouth, the lads were brilliant. They were absolutely never moaned once. When I trained a couple of days a week, never moaned, and they just got on with it, and they were like, you know, brilliant. But there was me and Vinny Samways used to play at Walsall, and Vinny used to live in Spain.
And
he played for Walsall and played for... Yeah, he lived in Spain and played for Walsall. So he had a deal where he'd go home and then just come back Thursday. Do you know what I mean? Train Thursday, Friday, play Saturday. Vinny was a good player. He was a good player, Vinny. Really good player. And then the lads started getting the ump, and they were bringing us in earlier. Do you know what I mean? And in the end, me and Vinny...
Well, we just don't do it.
Saturday, couldn't play. He was knackered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, Vinny's air miles went down and everything. You know what I mean? So, that's why it all went wrong.
How do you think England would have done if Redknapp went there instead of Hudson? Do you think he would have?
Yeah, I think he'd have been good. I really do. I think he'd have been good. I think you know him and Brian Clough are the two managers. I think that just never
he missed
managed.
quite, yeah.
Well, we mismanaged in England. I mean, he's not a yes man. He's not. He's different. He's
what I
different.
think the England team needs as well is the country aren't really behind them. No one really cares.
Yeah.
Like, qualifiers, no one's going to games. But if you have Harry Redknapp or someone who's a bit like got a bit of personality, and makes it a bit of like a team spirit and gets something, they need to make it fun for the players.
The
to
fans
play.
can relate to him, can't they?
Yeah.
He's one.
Allardyce had a bit of that as well.
Yeah,
like,
Sam. Yeah, I think Sam would have done well. I really do.
Is
think
the video of
you
him
look at it with the
when he
Sam
got the
thing.
job.
I think it's a bit. I think it was.
It's a bit harsh.
Very harsh. If you look, I don't know what he really said because he turned around and said, "Really, I'll have to ask the FA first."
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
said, like,
So, I think it was one of them. They had to sort of. It seemed to me that they had to give him the job, and then when they had a chance not to, they just ripped.
It's
it
a bit
away.
horrible when you see it. How pleased
I mean,
he
he had
was,
the
and
ultimate
then-
job in the world, didn't he? If you're an Englishman, to manage your country and then to lose it like that must be devastating.
When you played for England, there was sort of like Ian Wright, Shearer, Ince, Letizia. What was Letizia like playing with?
I never played with
you never
Tiz.
played with him?
No,
is that...
I never played with him. I don't think we ever played
You're
together.
very similar types of players.
Yeah,
though,
I don't
aren't
think
they?
we ever played together, really.
I thought he was in the squad at about the same time.
Yeah, I was probably in the squad. I just couldn't imagine both of us being on the same pitch at the same time. You have one, but to have
it's a bit of a luxury.
You've got to have a lot of run around us. There's a lot of workhorses in that team if both of us are playing. So Tiz. I always say one of the most talented English football players.
Yeah.
I'd love to have seen him leave Southampton.
What was it like in the squad though? Obviously, you've come from a big load of characters in the Arsenal team, and then going there. Was it similar? Was it a bit? Was there a different atmosphere?
Yeah, it is different. It's the same again. I mean, all the United lads would sit together. You'd have round tables. So when you have lunch and dinner, they'd sit together, and it was very cliquey. Yeah, not in a bad way, but you just sat with them lads. They weren't bad lads.
They were people
They were good lads. They were just
kicking lumps out of each
It's
other.
comfortable. It's comfortable. The players you're with. You're going away, but I mean, you reel off all them players then. And you reel them off now.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's differently.
Yeah, the England squad doesn't feel like the best 11 players.
Well, you
in
look
the
at it
country,
now. I
like-
mean, you look, up front we used to have Ferdinand, Fowler, Owen. People like that. Sheringham. I mean, Robbie Fowler, Ian Wright, and Les Ferdinand.
Yeah, they couldn't get in.
You put them three together. They put all their caps together, and. Like someone like Vardy will probably beat all. Someone's going to beat all them. Or Sterling could get more caps than all them put together.
Yeah,
put together.
Yeah.
Or Welbeck, who's decent, but he's not that level.
No, but you look at you look how many would have got in '98 squad.
Well, you made the 98 squad playing in the Championship, which
I don't know if that's the only time ever. I don't know.
It's one of the.
I think it might be. I'm sure
I don't think it's happened since.
Yeah, but imagine now, even if someone got called up for a friendly from the Championship, people would be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So to make the squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think it helps playing for a bigger team. I was playing for Middlesbrough, and I'd played for Arsenal, so it was. And Glenn Hoddle was, I was his kind of player, if I'm being honest. He liked players who could play.
Yeah.
So, but fair play to him as well. Because, it's easy to step away and go, no, I'm not, because he's not in the Premier League.
Yeah. How was it at Middlesbrough? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. But
did you commute?
Yeah, all the time. I drove every week for about the first 2 months, and then I got a train.
From Birmingham?
Yeah, no, from London.
From London.
Left at 5 a.m, got there and then drove back home after.
That is absolutely insane.
Every day that
too
was.
tired to
every
do anything.
day.
So that's
every
10
day.
hours of
I
driving
scored
a day.
one goal in my first
Look like
I think,
HGV
7 league
driver.
games, and that was Stockport County. Yeah, I had a disc. I had to keep on stopping for after 4 hours. You stopped pulled over. Tack and drop.
He turned up, sorry, the EU working time directed. I've done 10 hours on the road. Sorry, Brian.
I just got there and couldn't train. And then I got a train. They used to put me on a train.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to pay for that. 140 quid return.
What, every day?
Every day.
First class?
Come on.
Yeah. Come on.
Are you listening to this story or not?
Did you move up there at some point as well?
Yeah, I moved up. Yeah, I moved up. Me and my brother moved up. Yeah, because my wife wouldn't move up at the time. She didn't want to. She said, "I'm not moving."
It's Middlesbrough as well.
It was all right. I lived in Hutton Rugby. I lived in a place called Hutton Rugby in North Yorkshire. It was nice. It was a nice place.
Was you living? Was that we living with your brother? Or did you live with Gazza
Yeah,
as well?
Gazza moved in with us. And then we.
That must be absolute
Jimmy,
carnage.
we used to play a game, every night, every day. By
Jimmy
Friday.
Five Bellies, was
and
that?
Jimmy, yeah.
What
Get
game?
back from training at 1:30. Yeah. Me and Gazza would give Jimmy and my brother a load of money to go and get some bottles of red wine. We'd come back, we'd put the red wine into these massive glass jugs, and every day by Friday, because we had a game on Saturday.
Yeah.
My brother and Gaz would sit on one sofa, me and Jimmy would put on the other. We'd put a load of money each on the coffee table, and then we'd start drinking red wine, and we'd pop a sleeping tablet every hour. And whoever fell asleep last just picked the money up off the table, and that was it. That's all we done.
So whoever stayed up the longest
Just won the money.
Oh, so
It'd make an incredible TV show, wouldn't it? Get
How did you-
celebrities,
did
red
you do
wine
things to
sleeping
try and
pills.
what
You
was your
like
techniques
just
to try and
watching
stay-
telly and chatting away, but then you go like that, and then like you look around, and you go, oh, and as you go to take the money, someone will go, "What are you doing?" You go, "Oh, for fuck." Do you know what I mean? So no, but it was a great club, real great club, great supporters. Honestly,
fans up there.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, we'd go to played Reading in the quarter-final of the League Cup, and they filled the whole away end on a Tuesday night at Reading. We go to Oxford Tuesday nights. The whole, we beat Liverpool over 2 legs in the semi-final of the League Cup. I mean, Owen, McManaman, Redknapp, proper players, and then we beat them over 2 legs. We were in the Championship. Unbelievable.
How much does that when you go away to Reading and you see the away stand packed out? Does that affect your performance? Cause
you
"Fucking
really
hell."
fancy it, you turn it up, yeah. You can play for other clubs and you come out and there's about 4 of them behind the goal.
Yeah,
and
you
you're like,
think, fuck this.
oh, fuck. If we don't work out, we'll give you money back or something. Do you know what I mean? But when there's 5,000 or 4,000 away behind the ground, and then you're talking. But I have so much respect for away fans.
it's a,
To
home and away
travel
thing.
away is and the Middlesbrough's a long way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's everywhere we went. I mean, QPR away, on Tuesday night, we filled the away and we got beat 5. But in them days, it was we played QPR. So I'm living in London. So they would meet us at the hotel. So I meet them at the hotel for a pre-match, at 4:30. They were late. The plane was late. It was foggy. Got there about 20 minutes, about half an hour before kickoff. 40 minutes before kickoff. We were 4-0 down at half time. 4-0 down. Seriously, how bad is that? Seriously, I mean, we play on the Saturday. You got 4 days to get down to London, and you're late. Do you know what I mean? And then them days it was that the league was done on goals scored. So if you were level on points at the end, it was goal scores. And Robbo's thing at half time was, right, just go out. I don't care if we lose 20, but make sure we score. Because you know what I mean? We ain't winning the match. So but we got to beat 5-0.
Quick, with the Gazza thing, how did you end up living with Gazza? How did that come about? Because
Ravanelli had a clubhouse, 6-bedroom clubhouse.
Oh, right.
And then they put us in it. And then when Gazza signed, they said you can go and live
so
with Merse.
it was the clubhouse.
Yeah, it was clubhouse.
Was Ravanelli in there as well?
He was before he left. And then
because
I
of the
took
sleeping
it over.
tablet
No, he'd gone. And then I moved in there then. I moved in 6 bedrooms. Gazza used to sleep on the sofa for about a month.
Was Paducah there?
And I used to
Didn't he
come
use a
down.
bedroom?
No. He didn't know it was 6 bedroom for about a month. He used to sleep on the sofa, and I used to think. Because obviously you wake up with the sleeping tablet's about 8 o'clock, you know what I mean? Because you'd be asleep by 4. Do you know what I mean? And he's always and one day I said to him, what are you doing? He went, sleep on the sofa. And I said, it's 6-bedroom house. 6 bedrooms. He went, oh, there's a bed, is there? So that was it then. That was it.
That would have made the greatest reality TV show of all time. The
Oh,
cameras
you
in the
would.
Middlesbrough
I would
clubhouse.
have. You would have.
And Aston Villa. We'll talk about Aston Villa. What was John Gregory like?
Good. I like John. Yeah, I really did. I mean, we didn't get on at first. Didn't get on at first at all.
No?
I wouldn't move up. I was living in London. I didn't find the point of moving up. I mean, it was an hour and a half, from where I lived
used
in
to
St Albans.
a 10-hour round trip.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you know what I mean? Now I'm just driving a van. Do you know what I mean? Before I'm driving a lorry, an Arctic lorry. Now it's a van. So, an hour and a half from where I lived in St Albans to where we trained. And then one day we lost the game, and he went, right, we're all in the morning. And then got in the morning. When I then got up, it's Sunday morning, got in, and he went, right, everybody have a bath. And I was like, I've just travelled an hour and a half for a bath. He went, well, move up. Yeah. And that was it. Then I moved up. And great club. Really great club.
Why did they have to have a bath?
I know, yeah. I mean, come in and just... I mean, he'd done it for me.
Just
He done
annoy
it,
you.
yeah, of course
Make
he
you go all
did.
that way just to-
Yeah, because long as my career went on, I was pretty outspoken. You know, what I mean, I talk my mind, but you do when you become more experienced. When you're younger, you don't. But when
Do you have any big rows with managers?
yeah, all of them. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, everyone. You know. Yeah, Harry brought me off against Man United. You know, we had massive argument there. I was struggling. I was having injections in my ankle. I wanted to play it as United. I was coming towards the end of my career. And then, with George, I've had not too many with George, more like with going out and not football-wise. And John Gregory, a few massive arguments with him.
And did you enjoy management? When you
I did like it. To me, I always wanted to be a football manager. Always wanted to be a football manager, but I was coming towards the end of my career, and I was at Walsall, and I was a bad trainer at Walsall. I didn't like the training.
Yeah.
We used to train on like a school pitch. The school owned it, so we'd get there, and the kids would be training. We'd have to wait for them to finish their PE lesson, and then we can train. I'm like, where's my career going here? And then I was a bad trainer, and we had a great coach. He was a great coach, Colin Lee. He wasn't a good manager. He was a great coach.
Yeah.
But he put on these sessions like that. He'd gone and watched Real Madrid and Juventus and all that, and now he's managing Walsall, and he's putting these sessions on, and everybody's like, what? You know, and it was taking an hour, and I just get the ball and I just kick it down the road, literally, and then just
put
walk
it
off.
away.
Yeah, and just walk off. And he pulled me one day, and he said, you know, I've been talking to managers because, you know, I haven't managed anybody like you before. He said, just do me a favour. If you don't like the training, just pretend you've pulled an hamstring and sit behind the goal.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
thought,
it's a
fair
fair
play.
point,
Because
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I hate. I don't.
Because
like,
you're passing
I don't
through
like.
for a year or so.
I don't like belittling people
Yeah.
and all that. And then the players had seen that, and then I become the manager.
Because they'll just do whatever Paul does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But
you-
I was sub on a Saturday one day, and there's a. What's his name now? Jamie Lawrence, great lad. I don't know if you know him, Jamie Lawrence, good bloke. But he was really hard as well, really hard. So we were playing away one day to someone, and I said to him, we're having a practice match, and you know the team because I'm not playing because the team's set up. So I said, do me a favour, James, just go through me a little bit, and then I'm not travelling. Do you know what I mean? I'm not having that. I said, I'm a sub, I'm not, nah. I said, so just go through me, yeah, but like slightly, and then I'll go over. And then
Pretend you're injured. So
yeah, and I ain't going that far to be sub for Walsall. So we're playing this practice match, and Jamie was hard. And I'm going down the wing, and he goes boom, and he crunches me, puts me fucking flying across the floor, and he stands over me. You all right? I went, all right. I'll probably be out a month now. I proper bust me up, he did. Proper, yeah. But no, he was a great lad. But the manager was what's name. And then when I got the job, the players sort of thought they could do what I did. They didn't really.
Yeah.
They were my mates before, and it was. I would have loved to have been manager of somewhere where I could go in and no one knew me. Not, but knew how I was as a trainer at the end. And these were my mates, and I just couldn't tell them what to do. If I'm being honest, I found it quite hard because I'm not a shout. And I'll shout at people. Yeah. I come in at full time, I shout, and then on Monday I'll be like, sorry about that, mate. I don't mean to be shout like that.
But we've like obviously you've got so much natural ability, and like it's just comes so natural to you, as well as putting in you obviously put the effort in as well.
Oh, yeah,
so when you see the people training that haven't got you trying to explain what to do, and they just can't do it, is it frustrating? We want just do it.
Yeah, it was because there was a lad there called Mick Olsall, who was a great coach, and like for the youth team he was. And when I got the job, he said, just keep on telling them. Just keep on telling them what to do. Keep on telling them. I said, what? I said, you get told once. You know, when you're at Arsenal, you're told once, and if you don't, if you're told again, you'll be out the door.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting it. And he said, no, not in these leagues. You have to keep on telling them, and I found that very hard.
Yeah.
That's because when I played football, you told me once to do something, and that was it. You wouldn't have to tell me again. And that was hard. But some great lads come. I mean, Scotty Dan was there. I mean, I told Scotty Dan he wouldn't make it as a footballer.
Really? But he went on and played top level, didn't he?
Yeah, at a good level. He's been outstanding at Palace. But that's only
Why did you not think?
Because he got sent on loan to Redditch, which are about 5 leagues below us, up in the Midlands. And they sent him back after 2 weeks. I said, if you can't play for Redditch, what chance you got for playing for us? I said, you probably have to go and look at something else. But fair play, he put his head down and bang, he worked his socks off. I had people like Daniel Fox brought him and Scotty down from Everton reserves, at the time. And fair play, God bless him now, Gary Ablett. He was the manager of the reserves at the time, and he didn't want them to let go. And I think it was David Moyes was the manager at the time, said they can go. And they turned out to be, I think both players have been for £5 million in their careers. Do
you still speak to Scott Dan about that?
No, I've seen Scott Dan. I did see him at the cinema a few years ago when he got out of his massive Range Rover, and the sun was and I just said to him, fair play to you. Fair play. Yeah. Good. That's what you want to see. You want to see people prove you wrong. What people go, he's right. But I was just going by what had happened at Redditch. What happened at Redditch, but... sometimes it's harder to play in them lower leagues than what it is the higher you go up. I go and watch my boy at St Albans, and he plays in the one underneath the conference. And believe it or not, it's harder than the Premier League.
And obviously you went out on the Tuesday Club and that kind of stuff like that, and had a reputation of partying and stuff. But was there anyone that you saw and were like, oh, he's a bit hard work on a night out? Is there that you found was too much of the tear away?
Jimmy Carter when he first signed for Arsenal was a bit when he first signed he would get drunk very quick, but great lad.
Just a lightweight.
He's a good lad. I think and then he would do something like first time we ever went out, he come out with us this is Arsenal, we're Arsenal Football Club. Do you know what I mean? You got to sort of can't take it too far. Do you know what I mean? You go out, you have a good time, but. I remember first time we ever went out, we were standing at a bar and he's weeing up the bar. This is Arsenal. You can't do that shit.
Not on your first night out.
Not first night out. I don't know if
he's into that.
I think he's thinking, impress the lads. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, we all do that. You know what I mean?
Bullard likes pissing on the bars, doesn't he?
Oh, no, you can't do that.
Doing the Klinsmann across tables as well.
Dance floors I've done. When I used to go Norway or Sweden or somewhere, we'd get one night out and the lads would all be sitting there and I'd walk in because I'd just slide straight across the dance floor, take about 15 people with me, and then just get up and walk to the bar.
And 2-footed people.
And the lads would just go, oh my God. I just think about it now. I think, what was I like? But, it comes with age, doesn't it?
Don't they, when you're younger?
It comes with age.
Brilliant, Paul. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thanks for having us.
And I think you're going to be joining us next week to chat with Neil Ruddock.
No, I'm not.
No?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I was going to say, just look at the
Everybody's looking at each other.
What do we do now?
We've got no Bullard next week or whatever it is.
Neil's got to get in this room.
Neil Ruddock has got to get in this room. Fingers crossed.
No chance.
He's not going to get his balls in.
He's got to get up them stairs,
He might be able to get in, but his balls won't be able to fit through the door.
Have you got a lift?
Cheers, Paul. Thank you very much. Paul Merson. I've been Rob Beckett. You've been Ian Smith, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Absolute soup man. Right, see you next week. Bye. The Magic Sponge is a ... production for Dave, hosted by Rob Beckett, Jimmy Bullard and Ian